Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello. The chill season 2023 is here. And it looks pretty good. I'm cautiously optimistic, as you will see in just a minute. So let's go ahead and go through here and do some analysis, and I'll point some stuff out as we go. Okay, so as we come in here, nothing to see for a little bit. Just some spotlights of the new stage, which is a ramen place, which is pretty cool. Fun stage theme. Get to hear some of the new music. We get to see some of the new gear. Wait, right here, I'll pause. Okay. So, a bunch of new hats, some new boots, new shirt. That's a variant of something already in the game. This over here is my favorite piece of gear. It's an ugly Christmas sweater of an eggleg that, like, touched the goop and has been gooped. That's awesome. I love that. That's so good. Some new glasses, hats, all that jazz, you know. Some cool new gear, which is like, alright, cool. The Chirpy Chirps music hits, and here we go. Welcome to the new stage. First off, this song, No Quarters, which is kind of cute, because it's 8-bit. A quarter is like an arcade. That's cool. I like that. This is the new stage. We can kind of zoom out a little more. As you can see here, it looks pretty open from what I can tell. Little jump here, you know, big open area, lower ground, middle ground, little bunkers here. We get a better view of it later. Some flashing logos. Wait. Nope, back that up. Chirpy Chirps, the goats. I actually don't really care that much about the Splatoon bands, but I know they're a fan favorite, so I'm glad to see them come back. Better view of the stage, you can see this is mid, which is pretty sick. Ramps up here, looks like there's a drop over here that lets you go around, flank down this way. That's actually a higher area, I completely misunderstood what that was. That's cool, looks like drop over here. We'll see a better shot later when they super jump, but it looks, from what I can tell, pretty open. Probably going to be one of the better stages in the game. So as we pivot back here, first off, stage Robo Ramen. Haha, cute little name. Big ramen bowl, robot, whatever. I bet you can zipcaster to that, by the way, which will be cool. I'm gonna go back a little further, not quite that far, but we can see some of the new weapons. We got Splatoon Stamper. I think this is Nouveau. I can't tell. That is the Custom Blaster, the Undercover Umbrella, and that is the new Reflux. I think Reflux Deco is what that is. Some Ink Tank line things. Undercover 65 probably has Torpedo again, which would make sense. Splatoon Stamper appears to be a 60, which is, you know, it's the ink line where we all stress a little bit. It could have Fizzy, which would be great, or it could have Mine. I don't think it'll get Sprinkler, and it could theoretically, I suppose, get, what am I blanking on? Oh, it could get Mist, I guess, but, which, that'd be fine. Custom Blaster, hang on. We see this line. This leads me to believe that it has, I think that's a 45. I think that's what I and some other people who were looking at it decided. But it either has line marker or, am I blanking? Not echolocator. Sure, echolocator. You know what I'm talking about. Which would be cool. Reflux. We see it later. It has wall. I'm so sorry, Reflux players. You're never gonna get a real kit for that weapon. Other new weapons, new paintbrush, new squeezer, which is pretty cool. Hang on, let me back up because you can see the other weapons a little bit clearer. New S-Blast, which I'm very excited about, and then obviously the new dually, the end parries are back, which is cool. Get to see a bit more of the stage, it looks good. They keep showing these, like, 8-bit things, and I don't know what they are, because it feels weird to put this much effort into just making assets for the trailer. So I'm wondering if they're new mini-games. It feels like it would fit the theme with the whole arcadey thing. No real confirmation, obviously. This could just be a silly little graphic they made, but I don't know. That's what it feels like in my heart with the score, something like Squid Jump style. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, though. Okay. This is cool. We get to see a bit more of the stage and how it works. It looks like you can go flank back here and over, or you can drop here and go under, which is kind of a cool dynamic, I guess. So something that you can't see super well, but you can kind of see. This guy is the paintbrush, and this guy is an S-Blast. He throws a burst bomb right there, and then it hard cuts to this guy holding the S-Blast. And And then he walks, he shoots his shot, it's the S-Blast shooting his shot. Ladies and gentlemen, S-Blast has Burst Bomb. This is probably going to be one of the best blasters in the game now. I don't think whatever special it has can really change that, because Reef Slider is, like, terrible. And that's... I don't think it can get worse than that. So, to be honest, I think this is going to be very, very good. Yippee. Guy dies, we get some more shots, we see the Reflux, we see the end parries, we see Stamper. Here we go, we get to see the new Squeezer, which is green, by the way, which is cool. Foil Squeezer? I don't think it's foil, though. Might be a new branded Squeezer, it might just be foil again, too, though, we don't know. A lot of focus on Harmony. They know she's a popular character. Man, get out of the way. Yeah, it's got this weird, like, dynamic thing where there's overhead and underhead. And it almost feels like... It almost feels like Salt Spray with the narrow hallways, kind of. But it's narrow, but it's not, like, hallways, I guess is how I would describe it. I don't know. It's unique. I like it. Harmony, get out of the way, ma'am. This is a cool pan. I don't know, I like this. Cute little 3D thing. We zoom in, we get to see things a little more clearly here. We get a better look at mid with this up top and lower down dynamic, which is cool. I think it's going to be really fun to play on. I think for modes like Clam, it's going to be probably a great stage if I had to guess. Zones might not be as great. I think Clam and Tower will probably be its strongest modes, maybe Rainmaker depending on checkpoint location. But we'll see. From what I can tell, this looks like a good stage. Okay, I love how stylized this is, and I love that it's foreshadowing to what's gonna come here. Yep, we see End Parry throws Curling Bomb. Wow, who could have seen this coming? It's not like it had that in the previous game or anything. Oh wait, it did. Guy dies. I like the comic book style. Not a lot to say there. And then, this man walks forward, Special Gauge activates, and he pulls out this thing. Which... He throws it, cool pan around, see what it does. What does it do? Big ass wall. Hello to the splatter color screen. I'm not kidding when I say I think this thing could save us from Zuka meta. They don't even have to, they should still nerf Zuka, but I think this thing will be our key. So as you'll see here in a minute, if the enemy team goes through it, they get debuffs, they take damage first off, which is good. They take a little bit of chip. This wall, it moves pretty slowly, so you have to be cautious of that. If you go through it, you take damage. You can still go through it, though. And if you go through it, yeah, it does that. From what I can tell, it looks like it reduces your run speed. Obviously, they did this with a brush, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it looks like it reduces movement, and then you go black and white, which... Okay, I know that sounds, like, really, like, weird initially. Like, what value does going black and white add beyond being kind of a cool effect? I don't know if you know how color-focused Splatoon is, but when you take that away, it becomes really hard to tell who's who, especially if you're not playing with coordinated teammates who you, like, know what their gear looks like because you've played with them a lot. In solo queue, this is going to be a nightmare because you're not going to know who's enemy and who's friend without having to look really hard to figure that out, and I don't know, I think that's a really cool dynamic. Okay, here, this is where we get the best shot of the map. Look at this. Look how open this is. Look at this. It reminds me of the Reef a lot. Paintable walls, look at this. You can paint those. You can jump that lip. There's a drop-off point here and here. You have options. You can flank right. You can go around and up, or you can go through here, or you can go through the bottom. There's so much to it, and it's so good. Look at this. You guys see this? You can go down and around. It's so cool. There's like actual like layouts here. I love it. We're back. The GOAT is back. Also cool super jump transition. Bluefin Depot's back. A lot of people were freaking out. They're like, where'd the right flank go? Where right flank? It wasn't in the turf war mode, like, ever. I had to go and double check this because I saw someone say it. I wasn't 100% sure. But it wasn't in the turf mode. It'll probably be back in the ranked modes, but it was never here for turf. You had to go here, here, or here. Which is like, okay, cool, whatever. That's cool, though. They added these things, which we'll see more of in a minute. Mid looks about the same. They added some cover here, so it's gonna be less so leader hell, I think. Cool shot. Okay, here we go. They added a gimmick to a stage in the game, which is crazy. So, as we saw here, you have these elevator things, but they don't move unless you stand on them. there's nothing else you have to do to make the move, you just have to stand on them, which is pretty cool. I think that's a unique dynamic that makes in theory, should make the mode a lot more fun. Or maybe not more fun, but more interesting at least. Which is something that this game greatly needs. Most of its stages are, at best, just kind of boring. So I think adding a little dynamic thing like this will be pretty cool and should help with that a little bit. Go up, dodge roll, kill the guy. Yep. This wall here is good. Silly thing that I noticed earlier along with a couple other people is that they forgot to do the blending thing here. These are separate assets that are slapped on, and they forgot to blend it to the wall, which is silly, but that'll get... That's an easy fix. That'll get fixed before release. Who cares? S-Blast, you see some poking, squid roll, blaster fight. Pretty sick. Highlighting, they actually show off a squid roll as tech you can do, which is crazy. Fun thing, this wall is still inkable, which is cool. I thought they would have killed that for sure, since they're allergic to inkable walls in this game, which is, you know, cool. He goes for the jump. He fails the jump. It's a JoJo's reference. They put a JoJo's reference in my Splatoon trailer. I can't believe they do this. But yeah, that probably means that jump's still in the game. The fact he went for it, which is cool, because that was a cool jump. I'm glad that's back. Nope. Go back. I'm not ignoring our, like, 2 frames of big run. It's Barnacle. We're back on Barnacle, boys. Always Barnacle. Too much Barnacle. Please stop with Barnacle. It's so much. That's cool, though. I think Barnacle works really well as a big run stage. Already has water around it, so it's like not as weird. As when the ruins flooded in the middle of the desert. But that's cool. Really enjoy that. And as we're about to see, Heat Hungy. New King Salmon! Okay. So there's been some theory crafting. First off, this is the target reticle for Killer Whale 5.1. But there's another thing here that people who are believing this is a whale-based thing are not seeing, which is that these giant, absolutely massive rings, they're pretty much the same as the ink strike. As like when you throw, when you throw an ink strike and it's about to come down and it shows like the radius where it's gonna hit. This is pretty much identical to those. And if I had to guess, this is a boss based on ink strike. Probably Splatoon 1 ink strike more than triple ink strike, although they're pretty similar. Who cares? And it looks like that target reticle just shows which player it's targeting, that it's planning on lunging itself at. And those rings show that it's about to lunge, so it's most likely like, hey, now you know, you gotta get out of here now. So that's cool, I guess. And then obviously, more Chirpy Chirp stuff. That's gonna be a big part of this update. Which is like, cool, alright. There's the chill season art. You can see some of the drip. Are these in the game? I'm a little concerned about the gear, because we didn't see a lot of new gear. I didn't look that closely, to be honest. But generally speaking, I've noticed a lack of new gear in all of the most recent updates, and that's kind of blows, because there's a lot of damn gear that would be great to have in this game. Yeah. Also, that is Nouveau, so that is Platana Stamper Nouveau, which is cool. Love this thing, though. That's cool. Yeah, so that's Chill Season. That's the breakdown. One other thing that's not included in this trailer that I would like to talk about is the Tourney Manager, which is essentially a way for like Splatoon TOs and tournament people to basically run their own tournaments through a Nintendo official affiliated app. And it links directly to the game, so like you can basically, it auto sets up PB rooms and it'll auto choose stages, it looks like. It's super flexible, and I'm actually really impressed with it. I thought it was going to be kind of garbage and we were all going to keep using Battlefy, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure now. I think that it's still in beta right now, too, which means it's going to keep getting tested, and there'll probably be more features added. I think there's a good chance we just pivot to this fully, because it's so convenient, and it's like super well made. So that's a super cool addition. I'm glad they're finally rolling that out. I know originally that was planned to roll out last season. We heard about that a little bit on the TO end, which is cool. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it so far for Drizzle season for day 1. Yeah, so that's my prediction. Either way, that will be it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm super excited. And thanks for watching, fellas. See you then.